Hello, everyone. This is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. Today is Saturday, February 1st. In this update, we're going to be talking about a major snowstorm that's going to be impacting areas from Sunday night through Tuesday morning from Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, as well as Colorado, and then also parts of New Mexico and Arizona. So before I get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So here, let's look at the overall watches and warnings. Now, of course, they put these warnings out 24 hours in advance, and this is Sunday evening when Saturday evening when I'm recording this video, and we've already got winter storm warnings already out for western parts of Utah as well as central parts of Wyoming. And then we also have winter storm watches out for western parts of Colorado and the central part of Wyoming as well. And we've got, winter weather advisories for extreme portions of New Mexico, Nevada, as well as Idaho. So we've got a potentially major snowstorm on the way for those areas. Now, if we look at the upper level relative vorticity, I always like to look at the upper levels to see what's going on in the upper levels, and you can see by tomorrow night we've got a deep trough digging into the northwest part of the United States, bringing down cold air. We talked about this a lot of the cold air is going to be coming from the northwest, and that's going to be developing a low pressure system. And you can see from the latest surface map, it's developed a 991 low pressure over Utah into Wyoming, start to fill in over Wyoming as we got some heavy snow bands starting to crank out by Sunday night into Monday morning. If you take a look at the overall temperatures, it's going to be plenty cold. So out ahead of it, it's going to be insane warm. Literally in Denver, we're gonna hit 70 degrees tomorrow for Groundhog Day, and then we've got that major cold front on the way, and along with that low pressure, it's going to be digging in a trough and bringing even amplifying the cold. And this is by Monday morning. We're looking at temperatures in the teens for much of Utah, Nevada, Idaho, and into Wyoming, as well as parts of Montana, and then eventually it'll swing into Colorado and drop your temperatures as well. So you go from a 70 degrees into the 30s on Monday and even colder on Tuesday. If we take a look at on Monday afternoon, you can see that trough really starting to dig in and starting to really dig in deep and creating those 1, 2, at times 3 hour snowfall rates up in the mountains of Colorado, dumping some heavy snow in Utah, Wyoming, especially over central Wyoming, and eventually it'll lead into Colorado. And you can see that low pressure system stays at 991 millibar. So as it really cranks out the snow and it really isolates itself over the central part of Wyoming into Utah, and then starts bleeding into Denver, well, I'm thinking about 6 inches for you guys in Denver. You've been in more of a snow drought the last 2 months. So this will really crank up the snow machines, as you haven't really seen this in about 2 months now. So, and if you look at the temperatures, I mean, by Monday night, we've got temperatures all the way down to the teens, even some single digits now popping up in parts of Colorado. So we've got plenty of cold air to work with, and we really drop as this snowpack develops itself over Colorado, especially on Wednesday morning. I'll show you some of the temperatures, but it's still cranking out the snow machine as it leaves, tries to wind down over central parts of Wyoming as well as Colorado, leaving some heavy snow and really leaving a mark for the central Wyoming state. And again, by Tuesday morning, we've got again that snow trying to wind down as it's still snowing over Colorado as well as Wyoming, as this low pressure still tightens up. These isobars are really tightening up, so we've got pretty good gradients of snow bands coming into that area. If you take a look at some of the temperatures, and I printed out Denver for example, and I'll give you an example. Tomorrow afternoon, we hit 70 degrees in Denver. We've got that major cold front that comes in, drops you 40 degrees and you stay below freezing for 3 days. And we've got snow Sunday into Monday into Tuesday morning. So with a snowpack, now the lowest you've been so far, I think, is -1, and they're calling as low as -6. That would be an incredible drop from 70 degrees to -6. But so the combination of a snowpack, 6 inches of snowpack on the ground, light winds, you see us clear out. We've got, low radiational cooling. It could happen where you guys drop below zero for a time period on Wednesday morning. So if we expand the view in Colorado for the entire state, we've got below zero temperatures, pretty common, especially over the higher terrain. So we've got some major wild temperature swings coming up under that snowpack from the 70s all the way below zero for Colorado. So here's an overall snow map that I kind of put together. There's going to be an isolated mark of 1 to 3 inches, places like Flagstaff and places like extreme southern ports of Colorado Springs, but in the outskirts of Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, and into Nevada, and then we start getting into like Salt Lake City, where I'm thinking like 3 to 6 inches, Denver about 6 inches, Colorado Springs about 6 inches, Cheyenne, Wyoming. But if we start getting more of the interior portions of Wyoming, places like Casper, Wyoming, you're talking anywhere from 6 to 12 inches. So if you live in the central part of Wyoming, where I think that low pressure is going to be centered over a 24 to 36 hour period, you're going to be seeing a foot plus in some places, 18 inches. And even some of the higher terrains up in the mountains, I wouldn't be surprised if you get 2 feet of snow with this system. So you definitely have a lot of snow on the way for these portions of the United States. So I wanted to keep you aware of that potential that's coming up from Sunday night through Tuesday morning. I appreciate you guys watching and staying with me. Please be sure to like this video and definitely share with your friends on social media that are impacted in the area. And please subscribe to my channel and catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.